In today's video, we're diving into a crucial topic for S Corp owners. How much should you pay yourself? We'll be breaking down S Corp distributions, the balance between salaries and distributions, and how to make sure you're compliant with IRS regulations while maximizing your tax benefits. But before we get started here, this is just a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. You really need to seek out professional counsel to see what is exactly right for your specific situation. So make sure that you do that. Okay, let's quickly recap what an S corporation is. An S Corp is a special tax designation available to LLCs and corporations. This allows the business to pass its income and credits directly to shareholders, avoiding double taxation. Essentially, it's a great way to save money on taxes if managed correctly. But there's a catch. You need to understand how to balance your salary and your distributions. One of the fundamental rules for S Corps is that owners must pay themselves a reasonable salary. But what exactly is a reasonable salary? Well, later on in the video, we're actually going to walk through a platform that helps you determine what a reasonable salary is. So stick around to the end of the video because you are not going to want to miss that. But just to get into it here, let's explain a little bit about what the IRS's definition for a reasonable salary is. The IRS basically requires that you pay yourself a reasonable amount that you would pay someone else to do the same job with the same qualifications. And the reason that this is so crucial is because your salary is subject to payroll taxes. This includes Social Security and Medicare, and this is a self-employment tax for business owners. Let's break it down with this example here. Imagine your business makes $100,000 a year in revenue, and also imagine that you have $50,000 in operating expenses. That leaves you with $50,000 in profit. If you pay yourself $25,000 as a W-2 salary, both you and the business pay payroll tax on that amount. But the remaining $25,000 can be taken out as a distribution, which is not subject to payroll taxes. So here's where the tax benefits come in. Distributions, unlike salaries, are not subject to payroll taxes. And understandably, this can save you a significant amount of money. However, you still are going to owe income tax on any distributions you take. At the end of the year, the business's profit are reported on Form K-1, and you must pay taxes on this profit, regardless of whether it's retained in the business or taken out as a distribution. So you might be wondering, how much should you take out as a salary versus a distribution to maximize your savings while staying compliant with the law? So there really is no right answer here, but a common approach in business is the 50-50 or 60-40 split. But this can vary based on your industry and role, and if you were ever to be audited, you have to explain to the IRS why the amount that you set is a reasonable salary. Let's look at some real world examples here. So suppose you're a physician with a medical practice and you're making $300,000 a year in profit. Now this is before you pay yourself a salary. Now given a higher earning potential in the medical field, the IRS expects a higher reasonable salary, often more than 50% of the profit. In contrast, for a digital marketing consultant making the same amount of profit, a 50-50 split might be more appropriate. The key is to make sure that your salary is based on industry standards and adjusted for your level of experience. This is where consulting with a knowledgeable accountant comes in handy. Or you can use a company like RCReports, and they're going to give you their estimate of a reasonable salary. And actually right now we're going to walk through their platform. So go ahead and click on that link down below in the description and we can join along here together. And just note that if you do use our link, we will get a small referral fee at no additional cost to you. This really helps us keep creating free videos like this. So thank you so much in advance for using that link. Once we're on the homepage here for RCReports, you'll see that you can purchase a single reasonable compensation report for $449. Now that might seem like a lot of money, but the headache and time that you're going to save later on by spending that now up front is way worth it. You want to make sure that you're accurate with your reasonable salary, because if not, the IRS can audit you. And because S Corps have these great tax benefits, you're more likely to get audited by the IRS if you're doing something incorrectly. So let's go ahead and click buy now on this report. So let's go ahead and see how this report works first. So basically you purchase the report and then you'll receive an email to a client interview. You'll fill out the interview, they send videos and then help to answer the questions if you need it. And this questionnaire that they're going to have you fill out should take about 10 to 20 minutes. Once you finish all that, they're going to send you your report back. And if you have any further questions on what reasonable compensation is after this video, you can go ahead and enter your information here as well on their site, and you can download their free brochure. Once you're ready to purchase your reasonable compensation report, let's go ahead and click buy now. And you'll see that with our special link, you actually get $50 off this report. So the full price is $499, but with our special link, you get it for $449. So let's go ahead and fill out our contact information here. So I'll go ahead and put in my email and my phone number here, and then my business name as well. And then these two sections you can leave blank, or you can send an email to your CPA if you want. Let's go ahead and enter our credit card information. And once we've filled all of that information out, you can just click pay and you're ready to go. It's that simple. Once you've done that, like we said, RCReports will reach out to you with the questionnaire, and then you'll be able to get your report back. This is something you do not want to skip out on. Whether you use a company like RCReports or you do the research yourself, you want to make sure that you are as accurate as possible as to not get audited by the IRS. Also, another important thing to note here about about distributions for your S corporation is that you don't have to take a salary or distributions. Now, very likely that's not going to be your case, but just note that if you do eventually want to take distributions, let's say in the 5th year of your business, and you're a person who performs significant services within the business, then you will first have to pay yourself a salary for those past 5 years that's going to be subject to federal tax, state income tax, and that 15.3% self-employment tax. Once you've paid your salary for those 5 years, then you are allowed to take distributions. And those distributions will only be subject to income tax, not that 15.3% self-employment tax. These are the payroll taxes that we talked about earlier that include Medicare and Social Security. So that's a really important point to know here. Only passive shareholders can take distributions without previously taking a salary. But if you're an active shareholder, then you will need to take a salary for all of the years that you didn't take one before you can take those distributions. As you can see, it's a little bit complicated and compliance really is crucial for this. And that's because the IRS scrutinizes S Corps. The IRS closely scrutinizes S Corps, as we talked about earlier, because of the tax benefits. And this is especially true if owners pay themselves an unreasonably low salary to maximize distributions. Do not do this. Make sure that you are compliant because you do not want to get audited by the IRS. And if the IRS deems that your salary is too low, they can actually reclassify those distributions as wages, subjecting them to not only payroll taxes, but also penalties. So to avoid this, always document how you determine your salary. You should use industry data, your qualifications, and the responsibilities of your role. Also, you should regularly adjust your salary as your business grows or changes. At the end of the year, if your S Corp has cash left over, you have the option to leave it in the business or take it as a distribution. From a tax perspective, it doesn't matter whether the cash stays in the business or is transferred to your personal account. You're going to be taxed on it either way. The decision should be made on your business's cash flow needs and growth plan. And another note here, if your business was previously a C corporation, you need to be cautious about undistributed profits from that period. Go ahead and talk to a tax professional for more information on this. These profits are still subject to corporate taxes and cannot be taken as tax-free distributions when converted to an S Corp. Be sure to talk with a tax professional if any of these complexities apply to you. To sum up, here are some of the practical strategies to managing your S Corp effectively. Number 1 is pay yourself a salary based on industry standards. Number 2 is balance your salary and distributions to maximize tax savings. Number 3 is regularly review and adjust your salary as your business evolves. Number 4 is to keep all documentation that justifies your salary decision. Number 5 is to consult with an accountant to ensure compliance and optimize your tax strategy. And if you follow all these strategies, you can take full advantage of the tax benefits of an S Corp while still staying on the right side of IRS regulations. And that wraps up our video of how much you should pay yourself with an S Corp. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this in the future, please leave us a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Our channel is dedicated to providing you free resources to help you start and grow your first business. We'll be sure to leave the link to RCReports down below in the description. And if you use our link, it really helps out the channel. So thank you so much. We wish you the best on your entrepreneurship journey. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.